Welcome to today's explainer. Look, if you're staring down the barrel of upcoming exams and feeling that incredibly familiar wave of panic wash over you, you're in exactly the right place. Today, we are tackling that overwhelming exam stress head on. We're totally shifting gears away from passive, boring reading, and we're moving into a highly actionable daily execution system that actually genuinely works.
So you know exactly who I'm talking about here, right? We all know these two types of students. Student A spends hours crafting these perfectly aesthetic timetables, color-coding literally everything, sticking sticky notes all over their walls, and then, magically, ends up scrolling on Instagram for 3 straight hours. Then you've got Student B. This student consistently studies for maybe just 2 to 3 hours a day, tops, and somehow ends up completely surprising everyone with top grades on exam day. First of all, let's just validate that overwhelm you might be feeling right now. It is entirely real. But here's the absolute kicker. The difference between these two students isn't raw natural intelligence. Not at all. It's just having a concrete functional system.
Okay, let's dive into this brilliant concept from our source material. I call it the pizza analogy. I want you to imagine a giant, completely uncut pizza sitting right in front of you, and someone tells you to eat it in one single bite. It's impossible, right? No way. Well, that massive chunk represents looking at your entire syllabus all at once. Your brain literally immediately rejects it, completely overwhelmed. But what if we cut that exact same pizza into 8 small, totally manageable slices, like just 3 concepts, or 10 specific questions, or a focused 20-minute study block? Suddenly, your brain says, hey, I can actually do that. Breaking it down makes the overwhelming totally consumable. We aren't going to study the whole syllabus at once, we are just going to study slices.
So here is our game plan for this 30-day September Success System blueprint. We'll be looking at 1. System, not timetable. 2. Morning brain warm-up. 3. School and focus rule. 4. Different strategy every subject. 5. AI your personal tutor. And finally, 6. Night reset and consistency. Let's get right into it.
All right, let's kick things off with step 1. System, not timetable. If you take away just one thing today, make it this core philosophy. Consistency beats intensity. Please lock this golden rule into your memory. We are completely throwing out standard, rigid timetables. Why? Because the human brain actually prefers a marathon over a sprint. Think about it. If you plan to cram for 8 grueling hours just a couple days before your exams, it is absolutely not going to yield the same long-term results as studying for just 2 focused hours every single day for the next 30 days. We need a dynamic system that builds real momentum day by day.
Moving right along, let's look at the chronological start to your day. The morning brain warm-up. This is block 1 of your day. It's a super quick 20-minute morning routine, but here's the catch, and this is big. Phones and books are strictly off-limits when you first wake up. Instead, we're going to use what psychologists call active recall. You spend just 5 minutes really trying to remember and write down exactly what you studied the day before, totally from memory, without looking at a single note. Only after you've scribbled it down do you actually open the book to verify. Now, why does this matter? Because this specific, effortful pulling of information right out of your brain activates your memory way more effectively than passively rereading a textbook ever could. It's a real game changer. Okay, on to our next phase to see how this builds throughout the day, the school and focus rule.
This covers blocks 2 and 3 of our system. Look, when you're in school or sitting in a coaching session, your goal shouldn't be to just survive the hours and wait for the bell. It's to actively harvest that time. Here's a powerful micro-action you can start literally today. Listen closely and jot down the 3 absolutely most important points your teacher mentions right on the very last page of your notebook. Just doing this one incredibly small thing effectively cuts your evening revision workload in half. Why? Because you're curating a customized cheat sheet in real time while the information is perfectly fresh. Then, when you finally get home for self-study, you're going to apply the 45-10 focus rule. Step 1, set a highly specific objective. Please don't just say, oh, I'm going to finish a chapter today. Be specific. Say, I am going to balance these exact chemical equations, or I will memorize the specific causes of the French Revolution. Step 2 is 45 minutes of deep, totally uninterrupted focus on that singular objective. And step 3, that's a 10-minute break for stretching or drinking water. And listen to me very carefully on this one. Absolutely 0 phones allowed during this break. I mean it. Setting that crystal clear micro-objective is the absolute secret weapon to unlocking true focus.
Next up in our daily system is block 4, different strategy every subject.
The crucial point here is that it's a massive, massive mistake to study every single subject using the exact same technique. I mean, you wouldn't use a hammer to turn a screw, right? You cannot read math the way you read science. Let's look at some concrete tactics. For math, just do 5 sums daily. Sounds tiny, right? Almost too easy? But 5 sums a day compounds into 150 solved questions in a single month. Math improves with practice, not motivation. For science, focus heavily on diagrams, flowcharts, and here's the ultimate test. Try teaching the concept to someone else. Seriously, teach it to your dog if you have to. If you can explain it, you actually know it. For social science, stop rote learning random dates. Instead, draw timelines, use maps, and logically connect causes and effects. And for languages, don't just stare at the text. Spend 10 to 15 minutes doing active grammar or sentence improvement exercises. Language is improved by using it.
That leads us perfectly into Block 5, our evening self-study phase. AI, your personal tutor.
So if you don't go to coaching, or maybe you don't have a private tutor, modern AI tools like ChatGPT are basically your new best friend. But you've got to use them correctly. Don't just use AI to passively grab easy answers. Use actionable prompts to actively test your knowledge. For instance, upload your notes and tell the AI, act as an examiner and create a 10-mark competency paper, or make 20 multiple-choice questions based on today's chapter. You can literally even upload a photo of your handwritten answers and ask it, check my work and tell me exactly where to improve. Got a test tomorrow? Prompt the AI to take my Viva like a super strict teacher and don't reveal the answers until I attempt it first. It is honestly mind-blowing how well this turns AI into a highly active, free learning partner.
Finally, we reach the end of our chronological day with Block 6, Night Reset and Consistency.
This is a crucial, non-negotiable 20-minute block right before you close your books and hit the pillow. It's a strict reset procedure. Step 1. On a rough sheet of paper, without looking at any of your books, write down everything you studied today. Step 2. Ask your AI tutor to generate a quick 5-minute worksheet based strictly on those topics. Step 3. Whatever mistakes you make on that worksheet, and you will make some, which is totally fine, immediately add them to tomorrow's revision list. This is so absolutely critical because it ensures that your weak areas are systematically identified and eliminated every single day, rather than silently piling up into this huge mountain of panic right before exam day.
And that brings us to the absolute most reassuring realization of this entire explainer. Your upcoming exams? They are not a giant, scary, insurmountable mountain. They are simply 30 small hills to cross, one day at a time. By executing this 6-block system every single day, taking those small, totally doable steps, you are going to yield massive compound interest results. That overwhelming mountain suddenly becomes incredibly manageable.
To help you maintain this exact consistency, definitely keep an eye out for our next explainer, which is going to feature a highly detailed, subject-by-subject 30-day study calendar. And hey, if you want to dive even deeper into the core material we analyzed today, make sure to grab a copy of Layers of Learning. It's an incredible resource that has benefited countless students and acts as a fantastic companion to everything we've just covered here.
Okay, let's wrap this up. We've handed you the blueprint, we've broken down the daily blocks, and we've shown you exactly how to learn effectively using the slices, not the whole pizza. But listen, none of this knowledge matters without actually executing it. So I leave you with this one question to think about. Will tomorrow be just another day of feeling completely overwhelmed? Or will it be your day one? Let's get to work.